What's up, Taurus? How we doing, hon? I appreciate you tuning in. Thank you. This is going to be your collective reading for all Taurus, Sun, Moons, and Risings. God has blessed this reading for us. Thank you, gracious Father. Heavenly Father, if you want to book a personal with me, honey, information is just below this video. Yes, it is. I'm going to start with the Moonology cards, and then we will clarify them with the tarot cards. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, my darling. Let's get right into this for you, Taurus. Whoa. All right. We have emotions are running high. Super moon. Oh, boy. Okay. Let's see what that's about. We have a new romantic cycle begins. New moon in Libra. You could be dealing with the Libra, or you might have it in your chart. And then we've got communication is key. New moon in Gemini. You could also be dealing with a Gemini. Okay. So I feel like with emotions are running high, this could be, hold on, we have show the world the real you. All right. So this emotional thing, you know, Taurus, you are I think of all of the earth signs, you're definitely the most emotional, definitely the most in tune with your emotions, passing Capricorn and Virgo. So with emotions are running high, it's like something here could be, it's one of those things that seems like it doesn't happen often. And so that's why the emotions are so invested. That's why you might be feeling so connected to this person or the situation, because it's not normal. You know, it's not something that happens every day. And so because of that, there's more feeling, there's more interest, there's more depth here. So if it's not happening the way that you're hoping it would, yeah, that would make you probably a little bit uneasy, because it's like, what do I do here? How do I trust this? Like, how do I maneuver this, right? So there you are too, the wise counselor here. So yeah, I feel like what it was probably plaguing you, because how do you handle this, you know? And so I hope that you found the way of doing that is just doing your part, you know, praying and letting God do the rest, because you have a new romantic cycle beginning here. And so it's like there's balance here. Libra is the sign of justice. So with justice, it's about having to look at everything wholly, even if it feels like a bit unbalanced or a bit, skewed. It's not. You have to look at the good. You have to look at the bad. You got to look at the beautiful and the ugly. And then that's how you can really find the middle ground, the even keel. So right now, that's, I think, what you're doing, Taurus. It's like, okay, I know, you might have gotten really super emotionally invested, but it's kind of like, hold on, pull back a little bit. What is this really looking like? What is this really talking about? How is it really manifesting in your life? Like, are you doing too much? Are you not doing enough? Could the other person or situation be helping out? Are you just, because Taurus, you'll get in there and you'll take care of it all, which in a lot of ways is very admirable, but in some ways it's like, no, we don't need you to do everything. You only need to do what you need to do, and the rest let somebody else take care of. And so that could be why you have communication is key. What do you want? You know what I mean? What are you really trying to say here? What do you really need from this other party or this circumstance? That's what you need to tell. That's what you need to communicate. People can't read your mind. You know what I mean? And when you just say what you feel or what you need, that's how you get it. You know what I mean? You have to speak up. You have to say, this is where I'm at. This is what I need. Then you can kind of compromise and work it out with whatever you're dealing with. So at least they can know where you're coming from, what you're hoping for, those types of things, because a closed mouth don't get fed, right? So it's that. Now let's see what this emotions are running high. You got the 3 of fire that came out. Planning for the long term, abundance from past choices, pride in the success of your labors. Be patient as you decide what's next. Exactly, because the opportunity is coming. It's flying in, and it's much bigger than you had thought. And so that could be, part of this emotion, because it's like, oh damn, I thought it was going to be something small, and you realize it's actually not. It's something that's really big. So how do you receive this? How do you deal with it? And maybe it just got a little bit overwhelming, to be honest with you. You got the 4 of air here too, so it's like, yeah, calm down, babe. Calm down. Pray about it. Meditate. Let it go. Let God come in and do the rest. You know, a lot of times with the 3 of fire, it's like one of those things where, you know, you order something, right? And let's say it's on Amazon or whatever, and okay, you see the tracking and it's like out for delivery. You see the tracking and it's like, you know, 9 stops away, and then 10 minutes later it's delivered. And you're like, what the hell? How did you get 8 stops in all that time? But, you know, circumstances that are out of your hands. And so whatever this is that I feel like had you emotional, yeah, it was probably because it was more than you had anticipated, okay? Which is not necessarily a bad thing, but you just have to learn how to adjust. Now, a new romantic cycle begins. This is actually quite favorable for you, especially if this is something related to your love life. This is like, yeah, you can have what you want and who you want, but you have to remember that people are people, and you got to let them make their decisions. Yeah, definitely a love thing. You got the Ace of Water here, which it would be the Ace of Cups. A beautiful new emotional experience, a romantic relationship or deep friendship, awakening of psychic abilities and spiritual insights, a love letter, a new home. So this is something that is beginning. And it's beginning in a way that is, you know, based off purity, that's based off love, that's based off trust. You know what I mean? This is the real deal right here. However, Taurus, you've got to remember that love goes both ways. You know, you can love, 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 give, 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 but you also have to allow, see, justice. I was talking about justice earlier, and here it is. You definitely could be dealing with a Libra. But you also have to allow it to come back to you too. You can do everything, but you shouldn't do everything. If it's a person, a relationship, circumstance, whatever, it's you and it's them. So you have to allow the balance. You got to allow justice to do what it does. Be impartial and objective. Stand up for what you believe. Try to see all sides of the situation. You'll win if your position is one of integrity, right? So you can't just, you know, control it all, honey. You got to let the other side, the other party do its part too. Oh my goodness. Okay. So yeah, you know, this, whatever it is though, it's the real deal, but you've got to remember your balance. You got to remember that even if you want to control everything, you can't. And you have the Star here for communication is key. Have faith. The future is bright. Dreams come true. Positive changes that bring an end to challenging times. The light at the end of the tunnel. The Star is the major arcana of Aquarius. So Aquarius, Gemini, Libra here, fire signs, water signs here. Okay. Aquarius again will show the world the real you. So you definitely could be dealing with Aquarius. But yeah, you know, this is that communication is key. And if you're just open about your expectations, about what you're hoping for, what you're dreaming for, what you're wanting for, you could actually get those things, but you have to say it. You got to talk. You can't think people will just, like I say, read your mind and understand where you're coming from. No, babe, speak up, because not only is it good for you to speak up, but people want to hear what you got to say. So, you know, that's the other part of it. Just know that your oasis in the desert is there, but talk. You know, don't keep it all in. Don't keep it to yourself. We need to hear from you. That's what I got for you, Taurus, darling. I hope this one blessed you. Like, subscribe, share. I'll talk to you soon.